What's up, guys? It's Lugo back with Flex Appeal episode 48. Today was the last day of week 8, my second pull day. Started off with some RDLs. I think I'm up 5.5 kilos, or not 5.5 pounds from last week. So this was like 247 and a half pounds in freedom units. I'm feeling really good with these. Like, I feel very, very good with my hinging right now. And I think my deadlift is progressing at a very nice rate. Um, and I think specifically because I started to add like a little bit more lower back work in. Um, Specifically, I'm doing back extensions off the GHR on my first day, and then I'm doing 45-degree back extensions on this day. Light, nothing crazy because I don't want to cause too much back fatigue, but just kind of enough to like get get like a decent pump in the area. Nothing too hard. Especially because it's like really hard to load the GHR back extensions, the one that like bodybuilders do with a barbell, because I kind of have a hard time getting it on my back. And the 45-degree back extension is up here, like, I don't know if you could see it. I guess my thing is not here. It's like here in this corner up on the stairs, so like I would have to bring weight up the stairs and bring a barbell up. I kind of wish our gym owner would put it down again because it was on the lower level for a while, and then I think in the last year or two it's been up there, which is kind of inconvenient because like I don't want to bring up a bunch of plates to do it, and then I can't even bring a barbell because it's like in the corner, so it just would be impossible. So I'm going light anyway on it. Maybe I'll load it a little bit more later on, um, but for now I think it's probably better that I don't, just not cause as much fatigue. But it was a pretty good back day today. I'm not gonna lie, I did not binge yesterday, but I had a lot of Rice Krispies because I decided to buy a box of 16. Um, and I realized I don't need this much because I'm only gonna eat two on training days before training, so that I can have something quick in my system, so that I don't like, because I've been kind of fading in my workouts. Like energy is being really low through the middle. And last time I was doing this, I had intra workout, which was Gatorade, NutriBio, Intrablast, and some Clear Whey, and that kind of kept me going through my workouts. But I'm like too poor to buy that because it's kind of expensive. Like the intra workout's like 45. Gatorade is 20 for like a serving servings for the entire month. And then the Clear Whey is kind of expensive. It's like $60 for a month. And I could probably do like, just the intra plus, or just the Gatorade plus the intra, the EAAs. But I like doing the protein, especially if I don't eat before training, which I don't do, and if I'm not eating like within proximity of, sleeping, or if I have ground beef, then it kind of stays in my system up until I train. But uh it kind of sucks because I like training first thing in the morning, and I know it's not optimal. So I always recommend to people, if they ask me, it's like, if you're training in the morning, at least make sure you, like, if you can afford it, the intra is pretty good. Like, you think it doesn't help that much, and maybe if you're like already eating before, it doesn't. But I think if you're not eating, like, reallocating some calories into that is pretty good. And I feel like the Rice Krispies will help, for sure, to like maintain energy, because I've been feeling kind of like shit towards the end here. But this was a good workout. I genuinely had a lot of fun in this one. This one was very nice, and I feel like my arms are finally growing, man. I don't really show a lot of my bicep training because I like it now more than I did before, but a lot of arm training is genuinely boring to watch, I think. And especially when most of it is on this preacher curl machine. Like, straight up, most of my arm work is on this machine because I think that this is probably one of the two best bicep machines ever made, and it's either the Prime Preacher or it's the Strive Curl, which are pretty much identical. I think I've never used the Strive Curl, but from what I've seen bodybuilders talk about, it's the same thing. And you know what? I didn't use this Prime Preacher for a long time because I didn't do Preacher for a long time. But when I got into it, I was like, wait, Preacher is like the goat exercise, and if I wasn't using Prime, I'd probably use like a dumbbell Preacher or something. There's a little pose down, still a little fat, but you could start seeing my side delts. I'm definitely growing a good amount to where my muscle's showing now. Feeling pretty confident again and strong. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like, a comment, or a subscribe. And I'll see you on the 16th for the start of week 9 and my push day. Bench is starting to escalate a lot. Thanks for watching.